Okay, hello everybody. How are you today? This is our first lesson in our 10th week, and we are going to continue our lesson. And I would like to talk about Antalya and around it, and tell a few things about this magnificent place and the turquoise coast. First of all, why should someone go there? Well, let's talk about ancient Lycians first. They were onto something, I think, when they based their empire here, because this is Turkey at its most staggeringly beautiful. Okay, this is why some people should go there. Imagine sand sweeps offshore, hug a coastline left by jade waters, and backed by forest-blanketed slopes. Can you imagine this? It's a beautiful scenery, right? While this turquoise coast is prime sun and sea territory, but you can step off the beach and you'll find the ancient site of Xanthos, Latun, and Arkanda perched on hilltops, and ornate combs carved into cliffs at Tlos and Myra. It's a beautiful place to have a vacation. You can use sun, sand, sea, and also visit historical places. Everything in one place. You can do all of this in one place. Well, while you are there, you can hike any section of the 50 kilometers long Lycian Way trail, and you are rewarded with scenery well worth the sweat. But you may just want the beach though, and if so, you're in the right place also. Patara's stretch of sand and Trellis Cove are two of the best for this beautiful beaches and beautiful sea. And of course, there are ancient sites just around the corner. And maybe the Lycians were partial to a bit of sandcastle actions as well. So I highly recommend everyone to go to these places. Okay, first let's talk about Dalyan. Dalyan is a little town, and it may be a prime package tour fodder, but away from the main street. It has restaurants and bars, but it still retains much of its original sleepy riverside character. You know, a little town, quiet, but it has also restaurants, bars. You can find everything. If you want quiet, you can find it there. If you want action, if you want bars, you can find it there also. If you want history, also you can find it there. Well, it was once a small farming community, but today the atmospheric ruins of Kaunos is there. You can find it there, and beautiful waterways bring an armada of excursion boats from Marmaris and Fethiye during summer, and as well as the ruins on its doorstep. This is an excellent base for exploring Köyceğiz Lake, and the turtle nesting grounds at nearby İztuzu Beach. Yes, this is the highlight of Dalyan. There is İztuzu Beach, and turtle nests are there. And once you are done for the day, lapping up the sun on a boat trip or traversing ancient city remains, you can pull up a chair riverside, and you can admire Dalyan's most famous feature, the second most famous feature, apart from the nests of the turtles, and it is the mighty king's tombs of ancient Kaunos, hewn into the cliffs, and they take on a golden glow as the sun sets. Yes. And founded in the 9th century BC, Kaunos was an important Carian city in 400 BC, and right on the border with Lycia, its culture reflected aspects of both empires. The theater is also very well preserved. On the hill above, there are remnants of an acropolis and also fabulous views over the surrounding countryside. On the same level as the theater, there are impressive ruins of a Roman bath, while down the slope is the port agora. Okay, and also Dalyan's famous Lycian-style king's tombs are set into the cliffs across the Dalyan River, southwest of the center. If you don't want to take a boat excursion, you can get good views of the tombs by walking south from town along Maraş Street to the western end of Kaunos Street. And what can I say about İztuzu Beach? It's an excellent swimming beach. It is also one of the Mediterranean nesting sites of the loggerhead turtle, and special rules to protect it are enforced. Although this beach is open to public during the day, nighttime visits from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. are prohibited from May to September. A line wooden stakes on the beach indicates the nest sites, and visitors are asked to keep behind them to avoid disturbing the nests and damaging the eggs. This 4.5 kilometers long strip of sand is 13 kilometers south of Dalyan center, and it is accessible via road and the Dalyan River also. Well, when we say İztuzu Beach, we have to talk about sea turtle research, rescue and rehabilitation center. At İztuzu Beach's southern end is the headquarters of this turtle rescue center, which was established in 2009, largely through the influence of June Homoff, who is also called Captain June, who's reconstructed the beach huts now serves as a small museum to her life and work, dedicated work here. This center, which can be visited by guided tours, has saved dozens of loggerhead and green turtles. And you'll see turtles injured by fishing hooks and nets, as well as by boat propellers being treated here also. It's a highly recommended tour. Okay, now I would like to talk about Köyceğiz. It's a short distance of the main road, the main coastal highway. Köyceğiz lies on the northern side of Köyceğiz Lake. It's a large and serene lake linked to the Mediterranean Sea by the Dalyan River. It's beautiful, a brackish lake. But it's not major competition for the Mediterranean, of course. But this farming community attracts only modest tourism, depending still on citrus fruits, pomegranates, honey, and a bit of cotton for its livelihood. The region is also famous for its oriental sweet gum trees, sakız ağaçları arkadaşlar, sweet gum trees, the sap of which is used to produce frankincense. If you are looking for a place to take long walks, do a bit of boating, and get away from the coastal scrum, you have come to the right place. As I said, Köyceğiz is a town for strolling around. You can hit the lakeshore promenade called Cordon Boyu and walk past the pleasant town park, shady tea gardens, and waterfront restaurants. Most pensions have bicycles available for free to guests, so you can take a ride out to the surrounding orchards and farmlands. The road along the western shore of the lake to the Sultaniye mud pools offers superb views. It's a 26 kilometer long by road to the springs, and you can also take a boat excursion from the promenade. And there is also Köyceğiz waterfall, which is 7 kilometers northwest of Köyceğiz, and it is the locals' favorite spot for a refreshing dip during summer. You can take any dolmuş heading west towards Marmaris and Muğla, and you can tell the driver you want to get off at the şelale, which means waterfall. It's about a 15 minutes walk from the highway. There is also the Köyceğiz Dalyan Nature Reserve, and it has a growing reputation among outdoor types for its excellent hiking and cycling. This park is home to large swaths of liquidambar trees and to wetland areas rich in bird life. And there is also Sultaniye Hot Springs. I should mention about this place. For some good fun, you can head for the Sultaniye Hot Springs on the southeast shore of Lake Köyceğiz, which are accessible from both Köyceğiz and Dalyan. These public hot mud pools. Well, the temperature of these hot mud pools can reach to 39 degrees Celsius, by the way. They contain mildly radioactive mineral waters that are rich in chloride, sodium, hydrogen sulfide, and bromide. Well, at the smaller baths just before the Dalyan River joins the lake, and you can pamper yourself with a restorative body pack of mud in a steaming sulfur pool. And it's a very interesting choice, I think. Everybody should try it. I know I will. Okay, and I would like to say a few things about Göcek. It is the Western Mediterranean's high-end yacht spot, and the attractive bay makes a relaxing alternative to Fethiye. Despite all the building going on in the hills surrounding the town, there is a small but clean swimming beach at the western end of the quay, and boat charter companies scattered throughout the town. The main thing of Göcek is this boat charter companies and high-end yacht spot, being a high-end yacht spot. Okay. Well, I would like to continue with Fethiye, but first, sorry. Well, in 1958, an earthquake leveled the seaside city of Fethiye, sparing only the remains of the ancient city of Telmessos. More than half a century on, and it's once again a prosperous hub of the Western Mediterranean. Despite its booming growth, Fethiye is incredibly low-key for its size, due mostly to the restrictions on high-rise buildings and the transitional nature of the gulet, which means Turkish yacht business, which brings travelers flocking here April through October. Fethiye's natural harbor is perhaps the region's finest, tucked away in the southern reaches of a broad bay, scattered with pretty islands, in particular Şövalye Island, glimpsed briefly in the James Bond film Skyfall, by the way. About 15 kilometers south is Ölüdeniz. Let's see, one of the Turkey's seaside hotspots, and the surrounding countryside has many interesting sites to explore, including the ghost town of Kayaköy, waiting patiently and in silence just over a hill. Okay, there isn't much left to see of ancient Telmessos. Dotted around town, you'll come across Lycian stone sarcophagi dating from around 450 BC and broken into by tomb robbers centuries ago. Unfortunately, one excellent Lycian sarcophagus is just east of the Belediye City Hall, and another good example is serving as a traffic roundabout on Kaya Caddesi. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, evet, böyle bir döner kavşakta ortasında kavşak görevi görüyor arkadaşlar, caddenin ortasına konmuş lahit. Enteresan değil mi? It's very interesting. Okay, In our next lesson, in our second lesson, I will continue to talk about Fethiye and other highlights around Antalya. And I will see you in our second video. Take good care until then. Bye-bye.